Hey, what's going on? It's Rainey from Blessings and Gems, and today we have a special guest, Tracy from Richly Learning, and she's going to be talking with us today about the importance of mindfulness and how it relates to the art of coloring. Now, hold on. I know some of you are already thinking, coloring's not for me. This message is not even for me. Coloring's for children. Coloring's for women. Coloring is for little girls. But we're going to tell you why that is not true through some of the feedback that Tracy has received at recent events and through Richly Learning's own diligence, as well as some of the information from an article by the Mayo Clinic. So let's jump right in. And also, there's a couple of special gifts that Tracy will be providing to you. So hold on with us as we learn more about that. But let's jump right in. So Tracy, thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having me,
I'm
Rainey.
so glad you're here. Tell us a little bit about Richly Learning and what you do.
Okay, awesome. Richly Learning is an independent book publisher. We publish in a wide array of genres catering to various literary tastes. Our specialty, though, Rainey, like you said, is in coloring books. And it's really because of that unique blend of content that is affirming, but also putting Black people in unique and positive images. And so I think people are excited, and we're excited about specializing in coloring books because we really want to uplift and inspire our readers at the same time.
Yeah, I think it's so powerful. I started coloring years ago as a de-stressor. I had so much stress when I was an executive at a specific firm, and I would spend time just in focusing on the moment, de-stressing, breathing, and all the benefits that coloring has that we're going to talk a little bit more about. So Richly Learning produces, or publishes, I should say, several genres of books.
Yes.
Why coloring books first?
Well, when we thought about where would we want to have the most impact and immediate impact, Rainey, was coloring books. We knew immediately that we could impact our readers in a deep and profound way. And again, because of that creativity combined with positive messaging, we felt like this would be the place where we would focus.
Yeah, I can't say enough how, if you've been watching and tuning into our Blessings and Gems videos, we've been talking a lot about putting yourself back on the to-do list and the importance of self-care. And so I really applaud Richly Learning for striking out and saying, this is something that we're going to focus on for our viewers. Why do you think coloring is so important? We're going to talk a little bit about some of the things that this article says, but why does Richly Learning think that coloring is important?
That's an excellent question, Rainey. Richly Learning, we believe that coloring transcends just the artistic activity. We look at it as a space in which there's creative expression, mental rejuvenation, and I'm sure the article that you're going to talk about, Rainey, will coincide with some of the research that we have done, understanding that coloring allows you to reduce anxiety, which then means you'll reduce your stress, which means that your focus will improve. And yeah, like sometimes we even find that you sleep better when you're less stressed. And so, with that, knowing that coloring has all of these therapeutic values, we said, hey, we want to create coloring books that help in the healing and wellness process.
Yeah, it really does do it, and I'm definitely a testament to, or I have a testimony or many testimonies around that. But this is one of the coloring books that Richly Learning offers, and we're going to show you a little bit more about some of the other things that Tracy's doing. And this coloring page that I did is from one of her bestsellers, Happiness Colors My World, and it's one of my favorite books to color in. This article by Mayo Clinic talks about all the things that Tracy was discussing, that as we color, we should we should pay attention to our breathing rhythm, and it ensures steady breaths, and that our heart rate is more stabilized. It talks a little bit about that parts of our brain that enhance focus and concentration. So all the things that you said, and we know that the Mayo Clinic is a trusted advisor as it relates to health and wellness for all of us.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're on the right track, Tracy. What responses have you received from customers who've purchased your coloring book?
Rainey, we've had an overwhelming response. We are constantly being tagged in social media spaces where people are sharing the impact that our coloring books have had in their journey to achieving, maintaining wellness.
Yeah, yeah, I could see that. And I'm smiling because I'm thinking about some of those Instagram posts. And by the way, hold on. Not only are you going to get access to the links where you can find out more about Richly Learning and these coloring books, you're also going to get a couple of samples of pages from some of her coloring books. So we'll
Yes.
talk more about how to get that in the future. But why I'm smiling is I was thinking about some of the posts that are on your Instagram pages and just the beautiful mosaics and things that people do. You know, one of the things that I also like about coloring is that it's non-judgmental, right? You don't have to, it's your own mosaic, it's your own. I
It's
think
your
you use the word
masterpiece.
masterpiece a
It's
lot.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
your masterpiece. It's your masterpiece of joy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so I think so it makes me smile when I think about that. And we also, you just had your first, yay, 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 premier launch coloring and cocktails party
Yes.
just last week. And tell us more about the turnout and some responses from that event.
Okay. Rainy, it was phenomenal. We had some space constraints, and unfortunately, we had to turn some colorists away. I'm currently looking for another venue where perhaps we can accommodate a few more colorists at our cocktail and coloring parties. Yeah, it's just been phenomenal.
Yeah, we know this, but to see it actually in real life
And
was
feel
really
and see it in
interesting.
real time, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and with so many different types of people, right? I mean, there were
Exactly.
old, there were young, there were men there, right?
Yes.
Because again, coloring is not just for women and little girls or children.
It's so not gender specific.
Yeah, absolutely. So, how many coloring books have you published thus far?
Currently, Richly Learning has 9 coloring books.
Wow, wow, wow.
Mm-hmm. And they range from affirmations, inspirational quotes, to superheroes and anime, and to debt free, freedom from debt, and having financial wellness. So we're in a few sectors of even within coloring.
Yeah, I love that. I love that idea. And you can see some of the samples of the books that she publishes, behind me. What are your top two bestsellers, and why do you think they're your bestsellers?
Well, right now we're starting to do the analysis around that, and where we are right now is mostly analysis around the Northeast,
Mm,
and so shall I say the East Coast.
hmm.
So in the Northeast, if you will, what we find is that colorful affirmations and our superhero series and our anime collection does very
Yeah,
well.
like anime. When I've seen people sort of, kind of grabbing at that, and I think I was at another one of your kickoff events where
In New
in
Jersey.
New Jersey,
Hmm.
yeah, where the anime books sold out, and people were not buying them for their children.
Right,
They were
right,
buying it
right.
for themselves. These are grown
Absolutely,
men
absolutely. Yes,
and women,
yes,
right?
yes.
You remember that?
It was
Yeah,
hilarious. One
yeah.
gentleman, his daughter said, "I don't want that one," and he was like, "No, this one's for me." And that
Right,
was
I
really.
remember that.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's hysterical, and it goes back to all the things that we quickly mentioned about this in this article from Mayo Clinic, which I'm going to provide the link in the description of this video, so you'll be able to read that as well. So if you're driving or running or walking, or you're just busy around the house, you'll have the links to all of these things. Before we tell you a little bit about where you can find or where they can find their free gift
Yes.
that you're going to provide. What else would you like to share about coloring and its benefits?
Absolutely. I'm going to summarize what I think that has been the message all along, Rainey, which I think you've talked about, is there is an aspect to mental wellness
Mm.
that coloring provides. It's not just about filling in empty spaces. It's really about a restorative practice back to wellness. And we really hope here at Richly Learning that we are able to be a part of your journey towards wellness, and that you continue to come back so that we be a part of you maintaining your wellness and creating a routine around self care and wellness.
Yeah, and you're going to help them get jump started today
I am.
with some free gifts that they can download
Yes.
to get them started on their journey. So tell us where they can find, tell our viewers where they can find those free gifts.
Absolutely. So today, for a short period, Rainey,
Mm-hmm.
what we're offering at Richly Learning is a download to several pages from each one of our coloring books, so you can get a sense of the type of work that we're doing around mindfulness and coloring and creativity. And we're excited to have you as part of our colorist community.
Well, thank you, Tracy, for offering you all this free opportunity to be able to obtain some of the samples of your coloring pages in your books. You are not going to be disappointed. Let me tell you, these
Thank you,
are
Rainey.
beautifully curated, beautifully thought out, and it will certainly help you as it relates to your own health and wellness. So we're glad you were here with us today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Take care, colorists.